Now joining us on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline, John Beck. John, how are we doing today?
I'm doing good, guys.
Awesome. Someone sent me in the mail randomly your rookie card, so we have that on set now. It's of you in a BYU jersey, not the Dolphins, but it was going into that rookie year. So you have a presence on our set now, John.
Nice. I actually was thinking about that the other day. I saw your guys' set, and I thought, we need to do some things. Us former players need to somehow come up with a way to get some stuff, some gear that we've all worn throughout our careers on your guys' set to kind of, make it a little bit better.
What would you be willing to donate? What's something that you think would add to what we already have on set?
I'm sure I got something. All of my stuff just sits in boxes in a closet. I don't have anything out, so I'm sure I could dig through. My wife made me go through all my cards the other day because she's like, you have like all these shoe boxes full of your trading cards, but yet we don't do anything with them. We've been dragging them around for years, so I actually just dumped them all out. So I'm sure I can find something. You know what? I'll be the first. I'll be the first to send something in, and then I'll make sure Dennis Pitta's the second. And then we'll see if that can follow, get the rest of the guys doing something.
Future BYU Sports Nation co-host, possibly, if I have a sick day, Dennis Pitta. If you have something game worn, that would be awesome, because we do have a card now. And my wife's the same. Why do you have these cards? Like, because they smell the same. I'm 6 years old when I smell them. I don't know. I just have all these cards. It's what you have, So we're excited to have that in the future. Our Twitter question today, John, is this. What do you want to see out of BYU football in the final 2 games? What do you think?
I just say finish strong. These last couple games haven't gone the way that the team would like. I know they snuck away with a win against San Jose State, but I can guarantee you they were not happy with that performance. They were happy with how they finished. They were happy with the way that they came through at the end. But as an overall performance, I know they walked into that game expecting to do better. And I would say the same about this last game against Missouri. So I just want to see a finish. I know that as a team, that's what they want to do. They know that to get to double-digit wins, they need to win out. And they have an opponent coming in that they should handle for the final home game. And they want to finish strong and handle the teams the way they should.
How big of a motivator is that opportunity to get to 10 wins? Bronco talks about it all the time. Hit that 10-win mark, and that's a good season. How much of a motivator is that?
I think it's a huge motivation because with playing 12 regular season games and a bowl game, you're essentially saying we're going out there and winning the majority of our games, and the losses are going to be few and far between. We're not. Usually you don't have back-to-back losses when you put together 10-win seasons, 10-plus win seasons. If a loss does happen, you bounce right back. And I think it's really a benchmark for a very successful program. I bet if you go over the last probably 15 to 20 years, how many teams have had a handful of 10-season wins? There's probably not a whole lot of them, and those that do, we consider top-notch programs. And BYU had a string of it for years, and then it's kind of been in the, I think like 8 and 7 wins, or 8 wins for the last 3 years. So to get back to a 10-win season, I think puts BYU right back where Bronco wants them to be. He wants to be a 10-win program year in and year out.
And BYU with that chance with Fresno State Saturday, Utah State after that, and then we'll see if it's the Las Vegas Bowl or the Hawaii Bowl for potentially the 10th win. Senior Day Saturday, Fresno State in town. You can watch that live on BYUtv. What's it like to play that last game at LaVell Edwards Stadium?
It's surreal. There's a lot of things that I still remember about my last game. As a player, it doesn't really hit you until you're in pregame warm-ups. Because during the week you're going through the exact same routine you go through for every single game. Nothing changes. Practices are the same. Meetings are the same. But when you come out of the tunnel for pregame warm-ups, at least for me, that's when it hit me. And it kind of was like, wow, this is the last time that I'm going to come out of the tunnel for pregame warm-ups. And then when you come out and you come out running out of the tunnel and they're playing the fight song and you come through the band and all that, and that's the last time. And it kind of hits you, and then you bump into game mode. And all of a sudden you're playing and you're not thinking about it during the game. But when the game's over and your family's on the field with you, then it's just, wow, this really is happening. And I can remember watching the seniors that went before me. They have their families, their wives, their girlfriend, whatever it may be, and their whole family's down on the field. And that was really the only experience you ever have like that, because all through the seasons that you play there, you're not having your family on the field, and you're not getting a blanket, and you're not kind of doing the final send-off. And So to have that experience happen is something that really is surreal. And, you've seen other guys go through it, and then all of a sudden it's your turn. And it's the last time that you are going to play a game, unless they invite you back for some, like, alumni game. That's it. It's the last time.
Talking with John Beck on BYU Sports Nation, and looking at Tanner Mangum, if everything goes right, he's going to throw for 3,000 yards this season. Is it unfair to expect Mangum to throw for 3,000 yards every season he's at BYU? Because he has that type of talent.
Yeah, I mean, expectations, sometimes they can be good and sometimes they can be bad. If Tanner remains the starting quarterback, we hope he does, right? We hope there's no injuries that happen. I mean, if he's able to play every single game that he plays in, I think that's what a BYU quarterback does. That's the way that Bronco wants it to be. Bronco and Coach and I, they want the quarterback to throw in that manner and lead the team, and that's a result of what they want the quarterback to do. There's times because of the way that Taysom played the game, it was a little bit different. Taysom was such a dominant runner, maybe the passing wasn't always going to be the yardage that it would be like now that Tanner's the guy for the remainder of the time. So I don't think it's wrong to expect it. I think that's what is the standard of the offense that they're trying to run. I think the fact that he's been able to do this and do it as a freshman and stay healthy and have so many good plays happen, I think it's it's a tip of the hat to him for what he's been able to accomplish, and it gives all the fans a feeling of excitement for what the future holds. But if all's done right, BYU quarterbacks do throw for that type of yardage.
Do you remember what you did on senior day at all? I've got your stats in front of me. You played New Mexico, 2006. I believe you won the Mountain. You won the conference title after that game, I believe, right? Or you accepted the bowl invite, or both?
Okay, let's see. All right, hold on. Let me think. I know I threw 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I bet we threw the ball.
You had 4 touchdowns.
Oh, you had 4? Well, crap.
And 2 picks. I
remember that. 4 touchdowns.
How about yards?
I bet we threw the ball 40 times, maybe.
42?
42 times. I bet we threw it, let me guess. It was probably like 4-something, 450.
464. Pretty good.
Wow.
There we go.
You're not looking at the box score.
No, I should remember the 4 touchdowns better, though. Because I want to say we did. I'm pretty sure we finished off 4 touchdowns there and then 4 touchdowns at Utah, I think.
Yeah, and that Utah game, of course, was memorable as well. John Beck joining us on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline on BYU Sports Nation. BYU's accumulated 82 rushing yards the last 2 games combined. What does BYU need to change or do with the rush offense to get that going?
Well, that's one of the best things to help a young quarterback. When you put a young quarterback in a situation where they do not have a run game to help them out, now it's asking the quarterback to do more. You're requiring him to be able to make up the difference. And, a veteran quarterback, that's okay, especially at the collegiate level. There's going to be games where when Tanner's a junior or senior and those things aren't happening like they should, the run game's not happening, he will be able to make it up in the pass game. But to ask a young quarterback to do that, and I made this comment, I think it was last show, about when you cannot run the ball well, what they can do defensively and the way that the defensive front and linemen can pin their ears back and come on a pass rush can make it difficult on a young quarterback. So I'm not in the meetings. I don't know all the blocking schemes or what they're trying to accomplish. But for the most case, a run game, if it's struggling, it's usually just because the people are not getting a hat on a hat and they're not able to get to the second level. Or if there's inside penetration from your interior lineman. If you can't control the line of scrimmage, that's going to be a knock. Then if you control the line of scrimmage but you can't get up to the second level, that also makes it different. So, I got to admit, I don't always watch and see, okay, what are we trying to implement here in the run game? What's the scheme that we're really trying to do? But those are things that make it difficult for the run game to get going. And if you don't have a run game, your play-action pass game is really difficult to set up because the whole idea of the play-action pass game, let's get the backers and the secondary to step up. Let's get the strong safety who's got to play D-gap in the box. Let's get him to come down a little harder in the box. And if the run game's not going too well, now they can play a shell coverage, still stop the run game with only a 7-man box, and yet now they're playing more into pass coverage. And that can happen. I remember my sophomore year at times, we really struggled to run the ball. I think we were one of the worst teams in all college football. And that made it difficult because sometimes you're out there relying only on the pass to win games. Well, how efficient is your pass game? How good are you on third downs? if that's also something that's a hard thing for you, it's just really hard to move the field.
BYU has finished the season with 8 wins the past 3 years. What do you believe this team can do to separate itself from those teams, other than obviously winning at least one more game?
Well, the manner in which these guys have won some of these games this year has been really fun to watch. And it's been a testament to see the mindset that they have, of just believing. So, I think they have 3 games left. I want to see them win out. We say they should be Fresno. We say they should be Utah State. We don't know who their opponent's going to be in the bowl game. But, chances are they're probably not just going to go out there and blow away all their next 3 opponents. So it's going to come down to somewhere in those next 3 games, there's going to be a tight, where the game is tight. Okay, so what does this team do, right? We want to see this team play the way that they've been playing late in the majority of games. And I know some people can say, well, hey, this Missouri game and this San Jose State game, it wasn't the same team because, we didn't finish how we needed to finish. No, there's some truth to that. But the team is not a different team, right? They just have to maintain the mindset that they had in those other games when they came from behind and they won. And they can do that again. So I would say these next 3 games, there's going to be somewhere in that stretch where we're going to need to see the team that makes the play happen when it needs to be done. That's smart on both sides of the football. Let's not see dumb penalties. Let's not see missed opportunities. Let's see a smart football team that believes that they can make the plays when they need to make them. And I believe that's really what this program's about. That's what Bronco tries to build each and every year. And I believe this team has it. And now it's just going to be when the moment's there, go do it.
Can BYU finish like they started? We'll find out. John Beck, keen observations as always. We appreciate the time.
Yep, you guys are welcome.